Okay, I'm recording now. How's the light? How do I look?
Pretty
Can you
good.
see me?
A little bit. Can you move a little bit
All right.
to the side?
We can turn more lights on.
No, turn the lights off.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah.
How's it? How about my Christmas lights? Is that enough? See my Christmas lights?
Yeah, okay.
Christmas lights. Okay. Today we're cooking. Marilyn's my camera lady. Today we're
Yeah.
cooking baked linguine and clam sauce. Here's what you need: 4 cans of clams chopped. Because if you get minced and the pieces are little tiny things, and if you can get the cocktail clam, or I think they're called cocktail clams, they come in bigger cans. It's like a whole clam. Those are delicious. Some fresh parsley and a 8-ounce can of clam juice. Usually it's 1 can of clams per person. And I like a lot of garlic. We like a lot of garlic, so I chopped up minced, which is a fine chop. I minced, I don't know, 8 smaller, medium-sized cloves of garlic. Cover the bottom of the pan in olive oil. Saute the olive oil, and then what you do is you drain the can off into. Here, show them a shot of this. I drained the can off into there, into the pot, into the pan, and I kept the clam meat in the can because you don't want to reduce the sauce with the clams in the sauce because then the clams will get tough. So you can simmer this and maybe nearly boil it. Really, boiling destroys everything, so you don't want to boil it if you don't have to. Just don't put the clams in when you reduce it. So add the juice of all the cans and all. Show them this. Add all the juice together after you saute the garlic, and then reduce the. I would say reduce the volume by 1/4. You just want to concentrate it, and if you over reduce it, you can add some water. If you want, you can add a cup of white wine, any kind of white. I like Pinot Grigio. My dad uses, who gave me this recipe, I forget what he uses. I don't know. Livingston something or other. It's a white wine because we're making a white sauce. You want to add a white wine to it. I don't season it with anything else. You can salt and pepper it afterwards. Why are we getting so close? Back up, lady. We've got a pot of water here that's boiling. Do the same thing. We're gonna add some. Do the same thing we did with the red sauce. Dump in a bunch of salt. Okay. Don't break the pasta. Don't open the pasta and then go, oh, I'm gonna break the pasta. And don't add oil. Add the oil. Actually, you don't even need to add oil to this because it's going to go right into the oven with the sauce. And we don't mix the sauce with the pasta until we serve it. But this time we're going to bake the pasta, the finished pasta, with the sauce in the oven. We'll get to that in a second. But right now, add the pasta whole, not broken, to the sauce. Why? Why do we want to break? Because when people put their fork on it and they twirl it around, they don't want to have to fight with it to keep it on the fork. So if you have long strands, you can twirl it on the fork. Okay, the water's boiling, the pasta's in there. This is linguine. You can use something else if you want, but linguine. Here's the thing with baking. I've tried baking other pastas, like angel hair. That was a terrible idea. Spaghetti or fettuccine. I think there's another one that's similar to linguine, and the width of the. So linguine is tougher, and it'll hold up when you bake it. Because what happens is the linguine is going to soak in the clam sauce. If you use a smaller pasta, it could get soggy, even if you cook it al dente before you put it in the oven. Mix it before you mix it with the sauce. What we're going to do right now is going to let that boil, and then once that's done boiling, we'll come back, and then I'll show you. We mix it together, and we do some stuff, and then it goes in the oven.
Yeah.
So, cut that for now, and then we'll come back.
Yummy cookie.
Now we're back with different lighting. Still pursuing the low production quality award from YouTube. The water's boiled, the pasta, and I should have said this before, preheat the oven to 350 because we are baking the pasta. Pasta's done. So, what do we do now? Now we add in all that meat, right? We add in the clams after we reduced because we don't want the clams to get chewy. So if you get chewy clams, you probably just overcooked them. They'll still taste okay, but you know. All right, you can add a couple pats of butter to the sauce if you want, but I am not going to. I'm gonna get a bigger dish out. See, we'd like a casserole, a dish like this, but this is like at capacity when we put a pound of pasta in. So I'm gonna use, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use this with a lid. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, it's all yours. Okay, this is what we're gonna do right here. We're gonna use this. It's a big braising pan or whatever. Okay, next step. Combine the ingredients. Okay. See what we have here? Fresh parsley. Fresh parsley is good to have. I wouldn't use the dried stuff. It doesn't taste anything like parsley. Don't add the parsley to the reduction either. When you're reducing the clam juice, the only thing that should be in there is garlic, oil, and clam juice. And also, one piece of advice, one thing that helped my cooking, which I probably didn't exercise too much of, is called mise en place. The idea is to have all of your ingredients ready all at once, everything all set out, all of your equipment, everything ready to go. So all you have to do when it's time to cook is actually only mix things together and heat them up. Because otherwise what happens is every meal turns into that episode of Chopped where you walk in and what do I got in my pan, get my stuff out, and the pan's getting hot and you're throwing stuff in the pan and you're trying to get creative with this other thing because you didn't plan out your meal. So think about what you're gonna do, know the recipe, and then have all the ingredients laid out ahead of time. Anyway, now with the baking part here, we can add the fresh parsley. You wanna come on, fresh parsley?
Yeah.
Come on. So I'm going to throw some fresh parsley in there. Get rid of the stalks as much as you can. We're going to dump this all together. Ooh, yummy, yummy. Okay. Oh, don't leave behind the stragglers. We got some garlic. Hold on. Let me get a Betty.
Oh no!
And don't leave those behind. Oh no, no. No garlic left behind. Okay. That's that. So what's next? Next, we're going to toss this together. All right. It's getting better. Wait a minute. It gets better. It's going to get better. Next thing, here's what you want to do. You're going to add a couple pats of butter. Now look at me. Don't go Paula Deen on this with the butter. It's just a couple of pats of butter. A few. 5 pats of butter. Thin pats of butter. We're not doing chopping an 8 tablespoon stick into 8 slabs of butter and putting them in here. Not a Paula Deen recipe. Just a little butter, okay?
Not that much.
Not that much. Just I'll demonstrate right here.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? Right. Y'all gonna add a whole stick of butter, y'all, as Paula Deen would say, right? And then you end up with like a dish of butter with some pasta in it. Okay, look here. Come over here. Look. See, I just threw a couple in there, and that'll melt in, and then. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go like this. We're going to throw some breadcrumbs on top. Show them this. Oven's at 350. You're going to cook this. Show them this. You're going to cook that covered for about 20 minutes. Okay? And then you're going to uncover it and then cook it for an additional 5 to 10 or whatever it takes for the top to just start to brown and get crispy. And that's what you're going to serve. Right, here we go. And the clock starts now. Oh, it's hot. Okay. Set 20, we'll do 15 to 20. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're pressed for time or if your oven runs hot, then do 15. My oven runs a little bit hot. I know this because I cook bread, and so I've put thermostats in the oven and compared to what that reads. And once in a while, the temperature runs away a bit, so I know how my oven operates. So 350, 15 to 20 minutes, uncovered, another 5 to 10 until it's brown, and we're going to come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, cut that again. Okay, the linguine is done. It's got a little crisp on the top from the breadcrumbs. Ooh. Look at that, it's snowing outside. Isn't that beautiful? This is my white Christmas tree. It's a nice day for a hot dish like this. And then all we gotta do is plate it. There we go. Boom. And that is baked linguine and clam sauce. And as you can see, there's a little tiny bit of juice left, but not enough to ladle off. So just mix that up and plate it, and don't touch that because that's 350 degrees. There it is.